What is up, bros? Welcome to the All Bros podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are a couple of bros on a mission to give you guys the most detailed movie reviews out there with as little bias as possible. This week on the podcast, we are going to be getting straight into our breakdown of Thunderbolts because, once again, we had a week where we didn't watch shit.
Yeah.
Or at least I haven't watched anything.
No, dude, I have. I don't know. Honestly, I mean, after watching Thunderbolts, I watched Black Widow again because I hadn't seen that in a while. So, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I've been watching. I just finished The Righteous Gemstones.
Ooh, how was that? I heard that was really good.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the finale's hilarious.
All right.
Great show if you want to check it out.
What's it on again?
It's on Max.
It is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's Danny McBride. So he has a bunch of like HBO Max like exclusive shows. He has one like where he's a baseball player called Eastbound and Down. I haven't watched that one. Like I said, just finished Righteous Gemstones. He's also done another one called Vice Principals, and that one's funny as hell, dude.
Okay.
Like that one is so freaking funny. Like, so it's him and Walton Goggins, which you would know the face. He played the ghoul in Fallout. He was also the bad guy in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually plays like kind of a bad guy, but he's so freaking funny, dude. Like he is hilarious. Like so they're like co-vice principals, and their principal like retires, and so they're trying like both of them are trying to like get the principal job, and like surprise they ended up the district ends up hiring like an outside person, just some woman. Sorry, I heard like a dog or something like squealing outside. But yeah, so they start trying to think of ways to like get her to quit or get fired, and so they go to her house. But like on the way there, like they like fill her up full of meeting, like give her a shit ton of meetings. And so while she's stuck in those meetings, they travel or they start heading to her house. They stop at a house, and like Danny McBride's character is just like, this is where she lives. Like, this is a piece of shit. And like Walton Goggins' character is like, this is my house. And he's like, it's mid-century, you bitch. And then he's like, just stay here. I need to grab something. Gets out of the car, and then he's like, it's a mid-century piece of shit is what it is. Because they hate each other, but it's like mutual enemy.
Yeah.
And then they end up driving to her house, like trashing the place while they're trying to find like stuff. And then Walton Goggins' character just like lights a curtain on fire.
Shit.
And then Danny McBride's character is just like, yeah, turns around. He's like, what the did you do? And yeah, it's a super funny show, dude. Yeah, but like the way that he talks to like the students. So like Danny McBride's character, he's in charge of discipline with the students. And so it's so funny because he cusses at the students.
Oh no.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, you think it's fun? Like, you're going to sit here and act like a bitch? Like, or just calls the students pieces of shit. Like, I think he called like one like female student. He's just like, God, like you're such a whore.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, it is the funniest shit, dude. Like, it is so freaking funny. Like, I freaking love that show.
Oh,
man. Yeah, so I've been watching that. What else I've been watching? Oh, I've been So I'm rewatching Daredevil, and right now I'm on The Defenders season 1.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make it all through like Defenders, and I'm gonna watch Daredevil season 3, and then I think I'm gonna get into the Daredevil Born Again.
Nice.
which I'm super pumped for. I've luckily been able to avoid spoilers on that.
Oh, good. That's good. It's unfortunate it's not doing that well with the streaming numbers.
Yeah. Well, I wonder because I've been seeing like, isn't the Daredevil show been like on the top list lately?
Not like when it was on Netflix or the new Disney Plus one.
No, not the Disney Plus one. Like the Netflix show has. I feel like I've seen that on top 10 and
I think on Netflix's chart, like the original Daredevil has been like charting because I guess people getting excited for this new season, but with beyond the trailer, Grace Randolph with her movie math, she reports every week also the streaming numbers of how shows and movies do there, and I think it's Nielsen's top 10 chart. They'll report streaming numbers, and I think it's reporting Daredevil Born Again's. It's either on its like third or fourth, maybe fifth week of what they're reporting. It still hasn't hit the top 10.
But the Netflix, so they transferred all of the Netflix shows over to Disney Plus.
I don't think I saw it. Like maybe on just like when she reported Netflix numbers, it might have been there.
Okay.
Because like it's still a Netflix. Is it still Netflix original or no?
That I don't know.
Like
because
yeah. Can you still?
I'll pull up my Netflix right now.
Yeah, I'll do that. Because I don't think it. Maybe it's not. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they took. Wait. Yeah, they took Daredevil off. Okay. So yeah. So I'm assuming they took all of those shows off.
Yeah.
So now. So yeah. No. Now they're strictly just Disney Plus shows. I don't know. Maybe I missed. Maybe they did showcase that Daredevil was hitting high numbers with people rewatching those first couple seasons. But since Daredevil Born Again is separate from that, I did see that unfortunately that still is not trending for top 10, which sucks. I mean, because I've heard it's a really good season.
I've heard that too. Like, and they have, I think, 2 more seasons that were greenlit.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, or at least a second season.
Yeah. So, like, it seems that that's still going forward despite low numbers. But that is unfortunate because I thought people were freaking like hyped for Daredevil to be back, but it seems like not a lot of people showed up for it.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that like I think Marvel might have announced it too early. And so it just lost a lot of hype because people were pumped about it when they announced it, but they announced that shit back with like Blade.
Yeah, didn't they announce that like at the Comic-Con like right after Endgame came out?
Yeah. I think it was like they announced it really, really early, but it was delayed a ton because of COVID and shit.
Okay.
And then I think it just kind of kept getting pushed back. And yeah, so now I think their big problem was they lost the hype.
That sucks.
And I think that's like a big issue with how Marvel handles things now is like they're pushing for like so many years in the future with like Blade's never going to get made. With Mahershala Ali. Who knows what they're going to do with freaking Black Knight from Eternals. Like they push so much at Comic-Cons that they lose the excitement. Like I understand they need to just limit it, like just announce what's already in the work.
Yeah.
Or what's been greenlit and like somewhere past like if it hasn't been completely 100% greenlit and it's currently being worked on, don't announce it.
Yeah.
Like, and then like spoiler alerts for this breakdown that we're about to get into. This is how these little post-credit scenes should work. Getting you hyped for what's coming up.
Yeah.
Not, here's like freaking waving at like the what's it called? The Allstate commercial.
Like the
I got
the
you $1. Yeah,
No, but
but it's
like
like
seriously,
so
yeah.
far away in the future that it's just like, okay, cool. Like,
Just be hyping
come.
the next movie that's coming that we already know is coming. Don't be being, oh, hey, this might happen in the next 5 years, but it might not. We don't know.
Yeah. Like, and that's what makes sense. It's just like, hey, you go to Comic-Con every year. You do D23 every year. Just announce what's happening between this D23 and next D23.
Because
So
I
you don't have
swear,
to give us your 5-year plan.
no, like seriously, because like when in the time that they announced Thunderbolts at Comic Con to when it actually started filming, like because I think yeah, like Florence Pugh posted a video on her social media like day one of filming. Think it was like 2 to 3 years. It
Yeah.
was a pretty long gap.
Yeah. Which, I mean, with the strike, I know that put a lot of stuff on hold.
Fair.
So it's almost like you can't get too mad because of that gap. But still, like, yeah, announcing something 2-3 years before it's even made is a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, just keep your projects under wraps. Like, give us little nuggets here. Like, give us behind the scenes stuff of stuff that's currently being worked on that we know about. And then, like, give us those little nuggets to kind of hold us over. And then come D23 announce, boom, like, here's big project. Here's another big project. Here's another big project, all within the span of what's happening now and next D23 or next Comic-Con or whatever. Like, give us
Yeah.
the year, maybe like year and a half if you want, like, depending on what's greenlit and currently being worked on. Just give us that span of time and we'll be freaking golden.
Yep.
Like, that's what James Gunn is doing. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm not green lighting shit unless the script's already done and it's been properly greenlit. Like, everything needs to be in place before I'm telling you guys anything. And I'm like, mad respect.
Dude, it's insane how much the future of Warner Brothers is on the shoulders of Superman. Like, if
Straight up,
it's
it's got me real worried.
like, dude, if it's not successful, oh God.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
I doubt that it's gonna bomb.
I do too. I just can't believe freaking how crowded July is. Like, god damn.
Yeah,
2 superhero movies and a Jurassic Park movie? Jeez.
I think if out of the three, I think Jurassic Park's gonna do the worst.
I disagree.
You
I think Jurassic Park will actually do the best.
really?
Yeah, dude, Jurassic, I know not everybody loved Jurassic World Dominion, but it made over $1 billion. So there's still a lot of love for this franchise, and throw in Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey, and I don't know. I think that one's gonna do well. The one that I hate to say it, like out of the three, I'm scared the most for Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Like, the Fantastic Four is really gonna be a nail biter.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I hope it's good. The Fantastic Four can't get screwed over again. Come on.
I know, dude. That if it gets screwed over again, I'm gonna say it. That's gonna straight up be a cursed franchise.
Yeah, no, like seriously, like, dude, I feel if it like, if the reviews aren't great, if it fails at the box office, because like I know Thunderbolts isn't doing like tremendously at the box office, but the reviews are there. Like the reviews are amazing. So I don't think that they will change those characters' screen time in Avengers Doomsday. But if Fantastic Four is not only gets horrible reviews and is not financially successful, I wouldn't be surprised if they diminished the Fantastic Four's role a little bit in Avengers Doomsday, that they like maybe focus more on like the original X-Men or X-Men in general rather than the Fantastic Four.
That would make sense. That would really make sense.
As much as I'd
Dude,
hate to see that,
I don't know
make me very
how
sad.
they're gonna pull this movie off, dude.
Dude, I don't either. Like,
There's too much.
yeah.
Like, I've been thinking, like, even if you split these guys up, a little bit, like that's still a shit ton that like like if you split it into 3, like and have 3 kind of separate but interconnected stories going together, that's still a shit ton of people per team.
Because like it was the same thing with Infinity War, but they did a really good job balancing that.
Yeah, like kind of going half and half.
Yeah,
But here you can't do half and half when you have a billion people.
and especially that many like characters coming back from, I feel like, almost back from the dead.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like Shang-Chi, dude. Like him being in that it's we haven't seen him in forever.
yeah. Would you say that they are just like Marvel's like wiped their hands clean with the Eternals? Like, do you think that we'll ever see any of those characters again?
Who knows, dude? I hope we do.
I do, yeah. Because I feel we're two people that very few actually really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I actually recently rewatched it and I still like enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, is it a little dark for like the overall MCU? Yeah, but I mean, it was its own thing. Like it was special. Like
Yeah.
there
No, I
was something
agree.
special about the Eternals that I don't think very many people give it credit for.
Agreed.
Well, before we go on like a complete tangent and start talking about Thunderbolts, like let's say we like officially get into this.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Do you like movies? I do. Do you like the crew that works on movies? Kind of. And wait, you like to know what's going on behind the scenes?
Ooh, that sounds neat.
Oh, you should listen to the Failing Hollywood podcast.
Wait, what's it called?
Oh, Failing Hollywood, it's with real crew.
How much is that a month?
Oh, it's free.
What?
Free on all streaming networks.
Holy shit!
I know, with real prop guys.
No way!
Uh-huh.
Jeepers!
Alrighty, if you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final All Bros letter grade. The 8 categories that we will be scoring this week are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then we'll be given our own personal score at the very end. All these numbers will get magically added up and spit through our algorithm and give us a letter grade to compare this movie to others of a similar grade. So, without further ado, if you have not seen Thunderbolts, Rose is about to spoil the entire freaking movie for you in our favorite segment that we like to call Reading with Rose.
All right. In Malaysia, Yelena Belova destroys a laboratory on behalf of CIA Director Valentina Allegra de Fontaine to conceal her involvement with the Ox Group's Sentry Superhuman project. As de Fontaine faces imminent impeachment for her work with the Ox Group, she dispatches Yelena, John Walker, Ava Starr, and Taskmaster to a covert Ox facility under the pretense of a mission. Once there, the operatives are pitted against one another in a deadly confrontation where Ava kills Taskmaster before they unexpectedly discover a mysterious man named Bob. Upon learning that they were sent by de Fontaine to be incinerated along with any evidence of her misconduct, they manage to escape from the trap. De Fontaine learns that the group has survived, including Bob, who was presumed dead during the Sentry trials. When she arrives at the site, Bob creates a diversion by drawing enemy fire, allowing Yelena, Walker, and Ava to escape, only to sustain no injuries despite being shot. Yeah, freaking like firing squad shot. Like, goddamn.
Dude, no joke.
Bob then uncontrollably ascends into the air before passing out and crash landing back at the compound, where he is captured and transported to the former Avengers Tower in New York City, now renamed the Watchtower. De Fontaine intends to introduce Bob to the press as a super-powered protector akin to the Avengers, hoping the PR stunt will avert her impeachment. Meanwhile, Alexei Shostakov, who had overheard details of DeFontaine's plot while working as a freelance chauffeur, rescues Yelena, Walker, and Ava. Inspired by Yelena's childhood soccer team, Shostakov refers to the group as the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts are pursued by DeFontaine's agents before they are ultimately apprehended by Bucky Barnes, who intends to have them testify in the impeachment proceedings. Upon learning that Bob was a subject of one of DeFontaine's top secret experiments, Barnes joins forces with the group to head to New York to. Barnes joins forces with the group to head to New York to infiltrate the Watchtower. The Thunderbolts discover that DeFontaine has turned Bob into an immensely powerful superhuman known as the Sentry, who easily overpowers the team and forces them to retreat. As the Sentry develops a godlike delusion of superiority, he turns on DeFontaine. However, her assistant, Mel, incapacitates him while a fail-safe... incapacitates him with a fail-safe kill switch. This triggers the emergence of the Sentry's destructive alter ego, the Void, who begins engulfing New York City in supernatural darkness, trapping its citizens in pocket dimensions based on their worst memories. Realizing the only way to stop the Void is from within, Yelena enters the darkness to reach Bob's consciousness. There, she faces her haunted past as a Black Widow and finds Bob hiding in a recreation of his childhood bedroom where his father abused him. They are soon joined by the other Thunderbolts, and together they travel back to the memory of Bob's initial experimentation in Malaysia, where he volunteered for the procedure, hoping to improve himself after becoming an aimless drug addict. The Thunderbolts confront the Void, but are swiftly overpowered. As the struggle threatens to fully consume Bob, the team intervenes, affirming their belief in him. Their solidarity empowers Bob to regain control, overcoming the Void as light and normality returns to the city. With the threat neutralized, the Thunderbolts prepare to apprehend DeFontaine. However, she manipulates public perception by staging a press conference in which she rebrands them as the New Avengers. The Thunderbolts reluctantly agree, but Yelena threatens DeFontaine if she betrays them again. In a post-credit scene, the New Avengers and Bob discuss an ongoing problem in outer space when they receive a distress signal from an interdimensional spacecraft with a large 4 emblem.
Hell yes. Oh, man.
So good. Oh my god.
This movie was so good.
Oh.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit before. Taskmaster was done so dirty.
So dirty. We both just watching this in the movie when all of them are fighting with each other, and then Taskmaster picks up her shield and just starts, or is it she picks up her shield or pulls out her sword? I can't remember.
I think it's her shield.
Her shield, okay. And then she starts walking towards Walker because Walker is her mission, and freaking Ghost just appears right in front of her and shoots her point blank in the head. Like, damn.
Yeah, she got played hard.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, everyone noticed in when they did the Doomsday cast announcement that her name was not there. Like that actress.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they announced 1 billion people.
That's true. And, I just thought maybe she was going to come the second round because they did say that this isn't the whole team.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's crazy. But, dude, I loved this.
Dude,
it got a little heavy on the politics for a hot minute, but
I was personally okay with that. Like, didn't really bother me. But I don't know about you. And I know I sent this thing to Caleb, and I kind of regret sending it to him because I sent him it was like the reel of like the Avengers Endgame end credit scene. And I told him, for how Marvel has been recently, I think I would have been okay with if this was the end of the MCU, because I wouldn't have gotten Hawkeye, but I think I would have been okay if this was the finale. This was the last thing that we got. But, now thinking back at it, And a lot of people, I swear, whenever a new Marvel movie comes out, everyone's just like, "Oh, Marvel is back! They're back, baby! They are back!" They did it with Guardians 3. They did it with Spider-Man: Far From Home. Now they're doing it with Thunderbolts. I don't know about you, but I'm in the group that I don't believe Marvel ever left. Yeah, there have been hits, there have been misses, definitely, but I don't think that Marvel has truly like buried themselves. Like they always pick themselves back up after a misfire. And after I sent that video, now thinking back to that, and after watching Thunderbolts, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't what.
Well, in Marvel's defense, everything prior to Endgame was leading up to Endgame. Like, we
True.
knew that that's what it was leading up to. We knew that they were dealing with the Infinity Stones. In every movie, they dealt with the Infinity Stones in some way, shape, or form, like whether directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like Iron Man, like the Phase 1 was leading up to the Avengers, like putting the team together.
Yeah.
Like, and then Phase 2 was more expanding on the universe a little bit, like it's giving us a little bit more in-depth look at the characters. And then Phase 3 was everything that led up to Infinity War and Endgame. The issue came with everything after Endgame because Endgame felt so final.
Yeah.
It it opened the door for some things, but not very many. Like here's where where I'm at with that. Like it didn't really open the door for anything in regard to Black Widow other than
True.
her getting there was no future for Black Widow. Really. So they had to jump into the past to kind of like give her some backstory, which fine. Like
Yeah.
whatever, like you had to do it. But I'm thinking like all the OG Avengers, like they didn't leave them with anywhere to go. Like Hawkeye, like we just like it didn't lead him anywhere.
Definitely didn't lead Hulk anywhere.
Yeah, definitely didn't lead. Like no one had like a path of where to go other than Sam Wilson. Like Sam
Yeah.
Wilson, he's just like, oh, this feels like someone else. Like he was past the Shield, and it's like, all right, sick. Like we get to see him go and go on to become Captain America, which that was the plan with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But no one else got that treatment. So it's just like, okay, where do we go from here? Like Marvel knew they weren't done. Like, and so just like acting or treating us like that was the finale was dirty.
Yeah.
Like I understand that they wanted like the grand finale, like, oh wow, like this is it. It's just where do you take us to next? Like we know that there's more movies past Endgame.
Yeah. I feel it's clear that they really wanted to put a huge focus on the multiverse thing, but unfortunately, that was very much a hit and miss.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I don't know, like very like everything after it was just felt like they were taking a shot in the dark. Like
So,
this is how, like personally, how I would have ended Endgame. Like now with hindsight, I would have obviously like they didn't have like a cast for some people, but I would have shown hints of different heroes.
yeah, I like that idea.
Like I would have hinted at like the one I'm trying to think of who like immediate like Shang-Chi. Like you could have kind of hinted at Shang-Chi. You could have hinted at I don't know. I think you could have done like a little like tease for Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
Like whoever like immediately was going to be like touched upon next, like you could have given them a little something so we're like, all right, that's where that's going. That's like if you don't want to announce the next big bad, like fine. But just give us a guideline or a pathway of where these heroes are going. And it's just don't jump around from here to there. because like they sometimes like throwing randoms in the mix, like the Eternals is fine, but it's just
Yeah.
like Falcon and the Winter Soldier should have led into something else, but
That's
it
fair.
didn't. It led into nothing
Yeah.
until Brave New World came out. Like there was nothing between Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Brave New World that even kind of remotely led you to believe that that Sam Wilson was involved. Like it just kind of felt like, okay, like whatever. Like guess he's done doing that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's
this is
true.
the problem with them like going so far out. Like here, it was perfect. You gave us something. There's a pathway for them to kind of go down, like with these Thunderbolts or New Avengers, if you want to do that. I think that's so dumb.
I just hate that it freaking got spoiled for you before you saw the movie.
I had a
sucks.
feeling. I know I had a feeling that was the route that they were going to go, but I'm just like, dude, just stick with Thunderbolts.
Cooler name.
Yeah, but no, it's like they had a pathway, and it's just like the end credit leads into Fantastic Four.
It just sucks
Perfect.
that yeah, it just sucks though that like because this is the final movie in phase 5, right? This is this is the final movie in phase 5. So it seems like they just finally got a game plan of where they want to take this, but we're already this late in the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up real quick, like what new Marvel things are gonna come out.
Like
Okay,
it's
so
oh sorry.
no, sorry. So it's Thunderbolts, then Ironheart, which is show, Fantastic Four, Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man, all shows, and then it goes straight into Doomsday.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's seriously Fantastic Four, then Doomsday. So Fantastic Four needs to freaking set up what Doomsday is.
Yeah.
Like hardcore.
Damn. We go basically a whole year without a Marvel movie?
Yeah. Looks like.
Damn. Wow. It just like I don't know how you feel but like I feel like yeah, I would say that like Marvel never left. Marvel has always been there. But it just sucks that they've had so many misses recently despite all these hits that like you sometimes lose a little bit of hope in what you love so much in the MCU. But you want to keep holding on to that hope that like okay, like we just had Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Yeah, it wasn't great. But then shortly after that, we get trying to think what came after Quantumania. Clearly we're good with keeping track of Marvel movies.
Okay, listen, there's like a
At least
billion of
after
them now.
that's true. After I'm gonna be honest, after Endgame, it's been hard.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh wait, is that chronological? Okay, so after Ant-Man. Oh wait, that was Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania. Then wait a minute. What the hell? Where is it in order? God damn it! I got the chronological order.
Was it Guardians 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Quantumania. Then it. Yeah. So Quantumania was the beginning of Phase 5.
Oh, okay.
So Phase 4 was Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, then Wakanda Forever. So this is how I see it. Black Widow, I think that was viewed as more of a miss.
Oh, which I totally disagree.
Yeah,
I love Black Widow.
But to be fair, Black Widow fits better in Phase 3.
Oh yeah, 100%. Considering it takes place between Civil War and Infinity War.
Yeah. So I don't know. The purist in me feels like Phase 4 is like excluding Black Widow, and then it's Shang-Chi, which Shang-Chi I feel was hit.
Oh yeah,
I didn't have any
absolutely.
issues with that. Eternals was, I think, ultimately a miss. Not personally, because I loved Eternals, but
same here.
I think just how it was viewed, it was a miss. No Way Home, hit.
Oh yeah.
Multiverse of Madness, I think, was a slight miss.
Yeah.
Then Love and Thunder, total miss.
Oh yeah.
Then Wakanda Forever, a hit.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and so it's like they give you enough, like with Phase 4 at least, they give you enough hits for the misses to kind of be like, but it's like every miss that you have, like you're gonna lose people.
Yeah.
And so it's just like lower. And then once Quantumania, miss. Then Guardians 3, absolute hit.
Yep.
Then we get Marvels, miss.
Yeah. Even
Then
though we did like that one.
Yeah. Then Deadpool and Wolverine, hit.
Yep.
Brave New World, I would ultimately say that's a miss.
Yeah.
And then Thunderbolts, hit.
Yep.
So it's just like where Phase 4, it had like hits. It was like slight miss, hit, like a little, like not quite a hit, not quite a miss, then miss, and then hit. This is it's like back and forth. It's freaking ping pong. And so it's
Yeah.
just like for every miss, there's a hit.
Yeah. And
So it's like, yeah. So it's like, hey, like, yeah, we got Quantumania, but then we got Volume 3, and then we got the Marvels, and then Deadpool and Wolverine, and then Brave New World, and then boom, Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So Fantastic Four needs to be a hit.
It does. So like thinking on it, like, yeah, I would have been okay if Marvel ended with Avengers Endgame for how amazing that finale was. Like, I would have been perfectly fine with it. Am I happy though that Marvel, the MCU, is still around? Absolutely. But it does suck that, like in these phases 4 and 5, and with 6 coming up, we'll see how it is. We have had it split, like it's been down the middle. There have been plenty of hits, but there have also been plenty of misses. But I'm the kind of guy, and I'm sure Caleb is the exact same way, that we don't believe Marvel ever left. Yeah, there's been definitely some, times that we're just like, ooh, like, it's kind of hard to root for you right now a little bit, Marvel, but we're still going to stick around. We're not going anywhere. And then when you have your next hit, we'll be right there front and center. And that's how we've always been. So
yeah, but
I sometimes
we're also superhero fanboys.
That is true.
The general public that aren't as into it are kind of over the misses.
Yeah. So it just sucks that like you'll see like people like with Thunderbolts, like, oh, Marvel is so back. And then if Fantastic Four fails, you'd be like, oh, well, looks like Marvel's in the crapper again. Like,
yeah,
it sucks seeing those headlines, but like,
yeah, Fantastic Four is really going to be like it needs to hit because it's setting the tone for Doomsday.
Yeah.
And if you miss with Fantastic Four, you've lost a good amount of hype for Doomsday.
Yeah. Cause like with this year, like, I was stoked for Thunderbolts. And it might be my favorite superhero movie of the year. We'll see. We still got Superman, we still got Fantastic Four. But out of all of these movies, Fantastic Four is my most hyped superhero movie. One, because the Fantastic Four have been my favorite team since I was a kid. And two, the Fantastic Four just freaking needs this win after freaking Fan Four Stick.
Dude, for real though. Yeah. And then gosh, I'm looking at the rest of Fate, like what they have for Phase 6. I guess after Doomsday, 2 months later, we get Spider-Man 4, which I guess has a title, Brand New Day.
Yeah, I saw a meme that someone posted. They're just like, oh, when they reveal it's Spider-Man, a brand new day. People that I guess have read the Brand New Day comic. I didn't know that there was a Spider-Man comic named that. People are just like, oh God. Like, I guess shit goes down in that comic.
Let's look.
I didn't look into it.
All right, let's see. Okay, it's a storyline in The Amazing Spider-Man, published in 2008. It's the aftermath of the status quo altering One More Day storyline. Let's see. Opinions publication. Okay, so brand new day. Spider-Man has not been seen for 100 days due to the implementation of the Superhuman Registration Act. He's been residing at Aunt May's house as he searches for an... Well, can't do that.
Yeah, we're going to be missing one important factor in that storyline.
Yep. He decides to visit the Daily Bugle. Publication is in severe financial troubles. J. Jonah Jameson suffers a heart attack.
Oh, shit.
Robbie Robertson asked Peter to do what he can to get Spider-Man pictures that he believes would boost circulation, which convinces Peter to return to web slinging. There's someone who buys the Bugle. He encounters a supervillain Menace. Concerned that Harry might have returned, but Harry's girlfriend provides an alibi. Okay, so what's the story then? Like, hold on. Let's just look up the synopsis. Okay, so after... Oh, God damn it. Whatever. Could you not? Freaking losers. Okay, so after the events of One More Day, Peter Parker's marriage to Mary Jane has been erased. Spider-Man's secret identity has been forgotten by everybody, including those who knew about his identity before his public unmasking, such as Mary Jane, Daredevil, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, Aunt May, and so on. Okay, so... Wait, is this for the movie? No, this is not the movie.
It can't be. The Fantastic Four haven't even been introduced yet.
Yeah, I know. And same with Daredevil. Daredevil hasn't even met. Well, that's not true.
Well, okay, so the Fantastic Four is really the only ones.
Okay, so
but if it weren't for them, I would have believed that this was the movie synopsis.
Aunt May is alive and well. Nope.
Yeah, okay. Well, throw that out the window.
Okay, so this is the event. Wait. So One More Day is the event of... so all this stuff is the events of One More Day. So One More Day is what erases everyone's memory of him. Of his identity. So it's some people recall that Spider-Man unmasked himself during the events of Civil War. However, they do not remember whose face it was. In Brand New Day, it's established that Mary Jane and Peter were in a long-term relationship. Things ended badly. The relationship is all right at best. As far as Peter remembers, he and Mary Jane did not get married, but were a couple since the day of like a failed wedding. Peter goes to Daily Bugle, heart attacks due to stress. At one point, Spider-Man asks, "Do I know you?" Mary Jane says, "We've met in another life." Spider-Man is not aware it is Mary Jane he's speaking to, since she is covering up her identity as her current boyfriends tell her to do. However, in one moment, I remember the deal after. Okay, it just seems like it's dealing with the repercussions of what happens in One More Day, which is when Peter kind of gives up being Spider-Man.
Okay.
That's super vague.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I forget what point we were trying to make, but yeah, Brand New Day leads into Secret Wars.
Gotcha.
And then after that, it's just a lot of to be announced for any Marvel project. But yeah, like it seems like Marvel's slowing down a bit because, I mean, we got Fantastic Four in July. Then it's not until next May that we get Doomsday. And then we get Spider-Man in July of 26. So May, then 2 months later, we get Spider-Man. And then a year later, we get Secret Wars in 27.
Okay.
But anyway, getting back to the movie we came here to talk about, that tangent was a super far off road. But yeah, like getting it like to this story, this was interesting as hell. Like just like I said, outside of the politics, which kind of got like felt like they went on a tad too long, at least for my taste. Then it got into like the good shit, where it's like all of them are like the targets for each other.
Yeah,
and I love that shit. Like I was like,
that
ooh,
was
like freaking crafty.
yeah, no, like seriously, yeah, like each one was just like, I'm not here for you, I'm here for them. And you're like finally, like Yelena is able to
I
put the
love how
pieces together.
objective. I love how objective focused they are. They're like,
Yeah,
I don't give a shit about you.
especially when Taskmaster like looks at Yelena and she's like, I'm not here for you. Like for how
Yeah,
much freaking past that they have.
yeah. Like, dude,
Oh,
that was so well done.
it
And
was.
then yeah, and then once Ghost freaking killed Taskmaster, John was just like, all right, like I'm all free and clear.
Oh man.
But yeah, like everything flowed like really well. It was like it was good. Like it got really, really good. Like when they finally like escape and everything, and then they kind of have to refocus as a group. Like this is what I loved most about it is like it didn't take one moment of teaming up for them to become a team. Like it took
No, yeah,
multiple times of
did.
facing off together that
Like
like
I haven't read any of the Thunderbolts comics. And so
you can't
freaking
base this movie off that. Like none of these
no.
characters are part of
Oh,
the
really? Oh,
Thunderbolts.
okay. All right, good to know. I mean, but like the thought of I'm sure a lot of people when they announce like, oh, which characters are going to be a part of this, you're just like, what? Like, I mean, when they first announced it, I was like, okay, like like this is like turning into like Marvel's like Suicide Squad. I'm totally in for this. I love this. But I'm sure a lot of other people were just like, how the hell are you going to make this work? And they pulled this shit off flawlessly.
I
Like
know for
the
characters that we really like with like pulling in Ghost. Like that was a character that I don't think many people cared about.
yeah, if I'm sure a lot of people don't even remember her.
Yeah. And then like other ones like John Walker was a good one to pull in because like
I'm so
someone that
glad that
everybody hated.
like I never hated him as much as everybody else did. Like I've always honestly liked the character of John Walker. Like I really enjoyed him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But this movie just proves like how good writing, I mean, I kind of jumping the gun over here with writing, but how good writing can redeem a character.
Oh yeah.
It's
And it's not like he
amazing.
was a poorly written character. Like
No, he was
he was one that I genuinely felt was just like misunderstood.
dude, same here. Like really. So the way that they handled his character in this movie, fantastic.
Yeah. Like so well done.
And
And
sorry.
no, I was just thinking and then like the introduction of Bob is just
So great.
beautiful. Dude, easily my new favorite character. I love
Dude,
Bob so
freaking
much.
what's the actor's name that plays him?
Lewis Pullman.
Lewis Pullman. Did you read that apparently like he tried really hard to get them to change the name from Bob because he had just barely played a character named Bob in Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah.
But,
Nope.
I'm glad that they stuck with it because it's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, so good, dude.
Dude, the freaking like at the beginning you see Yelena talking to Alexei, but the way that he shows up after they escape the convoy and him just honking the horn driving his red Guardian limo and Yelena's face just like, oh my god, are you freaking kidding me right now?
Dude, these people, oh my gosh. You know what? I'll say it. This team up might have beat the Avengers for me. Like how they came together as a team beats the Avengers.
Dude, I think I'm gonna have to agree.
I
Like,
love these guys so
yeah,
much. Like everything like that they were like everything about them just was amazing.
yeah. Like this is one of the best not only team up stories but team up movies I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Like this was just fantastic.
It was so good. And they what they did really well is that they focused on Yelena. And
Yes.
like that was their the great thing. And then obviously they had their little side relationships kind of going on. But it was perfect, dude. It was perfectly executed.
I'm sure everyone has loved Yelena's character since Black Widow. Like everyone fell in love with her right after that movie. But the fact that she finally kind of like, like they do a good job on focusing on all of the characters, like each character's not backstory. Each character's story makes sense. They get their moments to shine, everything like that. But this is definitely more so Yelena's movie and who she is as a character, where she wants to go. And I loved that, just especially not only how this movie opens with how she's talking, how she's lost, she doesn't know what she is even doing here anymore. And I was telling Caleb this, like, kudos to Marvel for doing a movie about mental health and just knocking it out of the damn park, because bravo, like absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I mean, well, you couldn't have done that with a better character. Like, this is what's so good about Marvel's characters, is that they are so like tragically flawed. Like this is a storyline that I wish that we could have gotten with like Hulk, because it is like a multi-personality thing with Sentry. Like Sentry in the comics, like he does have his Sentry, which is very like Superman-esque, always doing the right thing. But for everything good that he does, he has this alter ego of himself, the Void, that does bad.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the way that they turn that into like a story of like depression was perfect.
Brilliant. Oh my God. Oh,
dude. And they made him scary as shit.
They did. Like, dude, when you first see him just like flying up above, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I was just,
what did they do to Bob?
Yeah, dude, when he like got completely encased in the shadows and just opened his eyes, and all you see, like, you don't even see full eyes, you just see like the glint around around the white. I was like, oh God. Like,
so good.
This dude's a thing of nightmares.
Straight up.
Yeah, and then dude, I don't know what it was. Actually, I know exactly what it was. Everyone turning into shadows. Probably the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, like seriously, like, dude, especially when Red Guardian saves that one girl and then she just turns into Dart. My heart dropped.
Flipped. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
I lost my mind, dude. I was just like,
oh, chills.
Yeah, I was freaking eating jerky while like with that scene, and I inhaled it.
Oh shit, dude!
Like I was just,
dude, it's insane what the Void did to these characters. Like when John enters it for the first time, and freaking like when he comes back, and they're just like, Walker, you okay? And you see him look down at the whatever
the big elevator chute,
that they just climbed up, and you see that he like contemplates it for a minute, and then he's just like, I'm fine. Like, who? God,
well, it looked like he was taking steps towards it. I don't think he was contemplating like jumping or anything, but I think he was like already walking towards it because of like what he saw with Sentry or with the Void. And
yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, I guess like
I think he just stopped. I think he just looked down to be like, "Oh shit!" And
yeah, but so like, I guess like the Void like put that thought into his head before he came back to his senses. But just like the way that he like comes back and he's just like, I'm fine, and like, wow, god damn,
yeah.
And then freaking like the storyline that they do with Bucky, how did you feel Bucky's character was handled in this one?
I felt he was handled well. Like, I think I thought that he was going to be like a failed congressman. I'm glad that it was just him being like, man, screw this shit. And then
dude, that's what I thought too. Yeah, so like I completely heard wrong, but I'm glad that I completely heard wrong, because the way that they took his character way better with that.
So much better. I like that there was like a character that I really liked was the assistant to Valentina.
Oh, Mel.
Yeah, I loved Mel, and I
She
loved
was
how she
great.
was on the fence from the get-go. Like,
Yeah.
I like that it wasn't like she was always doing what Valentina wanted without question. Like, she was playing along and stuff, but she was just like not wanting to push the button to like incinerate them.
Yeah.
Like it felt good. She's just because it felt like something realistic. Like, hey, I need this job, but I don't want to freaking kill people over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like how she was like always on the fence and got worried when Bucky approached her, and she's just like, I like that she like the way that she asked, like, okay, who's asking me? Like Senator Barnes or the Winter Soldier? I'm like, ooh,
Damn.
like you might want to be careful throwing that name around.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I even felt that way when Alexi kept saying that. Freaking like when they're in the truck together, and Alexi is just like, so what kind of super soldier serum did you get? He's just like, I don't, the frick which one did he
The regular one,
yeah,
Hydra.
yeah. Oh, but like
I
like
loved his response to that. Oh, Hydra, fancy.
but like
Like,
I'm curious
I got
if,
the
like,
Russian one. It got the job done.
I'm yeah, but like what you said with Mel, like how like, oh, you better be careful when you use the Winter Soldier, like makes you wonder like for how many times Alexi said the Winter Soldier, if that ever got under Bucky's skin.
Yeah. Dude, there was a lot of shit that they did in this that like subverted my expectations that like did it in a good way. Like I'm thinking in that scene when they're in the truck and then she's like, all right, what's the plan? And then he just comes breaking through the door. They come out, start whooping ass, and then Valentina's just like, God, like like I left the door open for you guys. Just come up. Damn.
Is it Alexi or Yelena that says I love this plan?
No, it was Lexi.
Is Alexi okay?
Yeah. Everyone else is just like, oh shit.
Dude, I freaking love when they're in the elevator shaft and they look up and Yelena's just like, so what? None of us fly. We all just punch and shoot. Like, yeah.
Love it.
Oh,
I freaking love that shit, dude.
it's fantastic.
Gosh, like this story was so well told.
So good.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like it had like those deep emotional moments that you want. Like it touched upon, like it let the heroes kind of be humans.
Yep.
Like that was like my favorite part of it. Like, yeah, the action was all done and like really, really cool. But it's just that like that everyone got to be human for a minute was good. And that they ended up winning the day because of like basically winning the day with friendship.
Yeah. Like showcasing that you're not alone. People are here for you. I loved that.
Yeah, like super good. I loved when they like met up with the rest of the team and they're just like, oh wait, like this, like the shadows put you through your worst like nightmares. Like how, like, are you guys okay? And Bucky's like, yeah, my past is pretty great. So
Dude, poor Bucky. I can't imagine what he went through. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. When he said that, I'm like, oh.
yeah, he's just like, listen, I've been here a while. Like you could tell because you're just like, oh god damn, dude.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
like
have one
that's
hell
just
of a
hitting you
past,
with all
Bucky.
this. Yeah, that's just like, I'm like, that's just all the shit that you did as Winter Soldier. Just think of like, that's not even counting the shit like Bucky's ashamed of.
Yeah, straight up.
Like he's got all, like not only does he have Bucky guilt, he's got Winter Soldier guilt too.
Yep.
Yeah, and then everyone else is just like, yeah, I'm fine. Like Alexi was the only one that seemed like he was like legitimately okay.
Yeah. I feel it takes a lot to bring Alexi down, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think he regrets anything that he did as
Yeah.
Red Guardian.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah, so good, dude. Like I'm pretty high here. I'm sitting at like 92 for story. Like I loved it that much.
Yeah, dude, you know what? I think I'm gonna match you there. Just fantastic. Oh God. So great.
Yeah, and writing, it's getting a bump. It's
Oh
getting
yeah,
a big bump.
I'm at a like. Well, okay. First, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's first talk about writing. Um, I feel going back to the whole mental health thing. There is so much good writing here that is directed towards that, because I love that when they first escape, or no, when they're planning to get out of the convoy, or whatever Valentina's headquarters are called, whatever, in the desert. Bob asks Yelena, like, oh, like, how do you handle it? Like, what do you do when it comes to depression? She's like, you know what? You just kind of have to bury it deep down. That's all you can really do. That
Yeah,
you just got
you
to,
just stuff it down in there.
yep. You just you just stuff it down and do the best that you can. Like do what I'm like paraphrasing here, but like do what makes you happy. Like just try to get through it. But then when we come to the ending, she's in the void with Bob, and she comes back to that, and she's like, you know what? I was wrong. You can't stuff it down. It will keep creeping back up and up. But what can help you is the people that are there for you. That just just like showcasing in this movie that, like, please, it is okay to reach out for help. Like, people love you. They're here for you, and they want to do whatever they can to pull you out of that darkness. Is just like so beautiful that freaking I caught myself tearing up a couple times in this movie. And I was not expecting to freaking tear up in Thunderbolts, but god
Yeah,
damn it,
for
did they
real.
do it?
Yeah. Well, what they did so well is that they put Yelena and Bob on the same level. Like they were both dealing with shit.
Yeah,
And then obviously, like I wouldn't say to a lesser extent, but everyone else was also kind of dealing with their own shit. Like
yeah,
John was dealing with the loss of his family, like his family leaving him because of just how shitty of a person he is.
yeah.
And but yeah, and then I'm like also thinking like the discussions. David Harbour got some of the best freaking dialogue.
Dude, oh my god, that scene when they're in New York between him and Yelena, and he's just like, I know I wasn't there. I didn't think that you'd want me to be there after everything. And Yelena's just like, I lost my sister again, but for the final time. There's no coming back from that. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm here now. No matter what that means to you, like I want to finally be here for you again. And just that whole scene, and like when she's just like, what she said, like, I'm scared, dad, or I but like when she
Yeah.
calls him dad, I'm like, oh my god, just the knife to the heart for how amazing not only that scene is, but the acting from those two is
Yeah.
just incredible.
I love their discussion when they were in his apartment, and she was talking like, what am I here for? What's the point and everything? And he's just like, when were you happiest? Like, are you fulfilled? And he's just like, and he talks about what being a hero meant to him. He's just like, it wasn't just the fame and the glory. Like it was being looked at like a god. Like I was the hero. Like everyone like looked at me like that. And he says, and there was no greater joy for me. Like I was out there doing like serving my country, and I was in the limelight as a hero. He says there's no, like how he said, there's no higher calling. Like your sister knew that. And I think that's what drew her to being who she was. And Yelena was just so like opposed to that. Like, I'm not a hero. Like, and I think at the end she finally like accepted that,
Yeah.
which was so good. Like, I love that. And then like, so you get those like deep emotional, like that was dialogue. And then you get hit with the jokes. The jokes, dude, top tier.
Yeah, dude, straight.
Yeah.
Like I know it was spoiled in the trailer, but when Alexi's going off when they're driving in his limousine, and he's talking about how like this has the makings of great team that can be on the Wheaties box, and Yelena's just like, Alexi, have you slept? I'll sleep when I'm dead. John, well, I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Yeah. Dude, John had some of the best lines ever. Like, I loved like when Bucky came and was like blowing up the convoy and everything. And then he's just like, yo, is that Bucky? And then he's just like cheering. He's like, yeah. And then he like shoots the magnet mine at the cart, and he's like, oh, what? Then boom, like blows up, and like I felt that oh what in my soul, dude.
Yeah, dude, serious. Dude, freaking I love it when they're confronting Val and he's just like, we're taking you in, Val. Oh yeah, coming from the junior varsity Captain America. And he pulls his gun and Bucky's just like, Walker. He's like, justified, completely justified.
Dude, straight up. Like the way that I would be exactly him.
Yeah.
Be like, I was actually Captain America, you bitch.
Seriously, dude, like honestly, for how many people make fun of him, like they call him Dime Store Captain America, new junior varsity Captain America. Like, yeah, after being referred to as like not Captain America when you actually were Captain America, yeah, I'd forget get under my skin after a while.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just like, you guys ruined my career making me Captain America, dude. But
Straight up.
like I freaking love that shit. Like, and his
I-
dialogue with Bob, dude. Bob was freaking awesome. Like, I love he's just like how he's laughing. He's just like, oh, so you're just an asshole.
Yeah, he's like, wait, you're Captain America, but you're an asshole.
And then after the conversation between Bob and Yelena about like stuffing down your feelings, he's just like, is therapy over? Like, we got shit to do.
Oh man.
Dude, I was
freaking
laughing
when
my
they
ass off when they're like up the elevator. I was laughing my ass off.
That was fantastic. Cucumber.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
I love it
when they're traveling rooms and they get to the room where like they're fighting him in the chicken suit and they're just like,
oh,
like, Bob, what the hell? And he's like, I was on meth.
dude, forget Alexi Bob if you hit me one more time. Oh man.
Oh, so freaking good, dude. So
Dude,
good.
freaking like after Sentry beats the shit out of them and they're exiting the watchtower and Yelena's having that talk with all of them and I wish they could have like when John's just like, oh, can I talk now? And Yelena's just like, no, everyone knows you're already a piece of trash, Walker. Like you don't have to say anything. I really wish that she would have said, no, Walker, we all know you're a piece of shit. Like, I would have preferred if she said that and then piece of trash. Personally, I feel that would have been more personal.
Yeah.
But freaking when she calls, I forget what she calls Ghost, and then she's just like, bitch. And she's like, my point exactly.
Dude, Ghost was amazing too. I loved her.
Yeah, Ava was fantastic.
Dude, you know what I'm so bummed out about? So I saw this thing about from the writer of this movie, or one of the writers, and what they were going to originally do with Taskmaster. I was so pissed hearing it.
Yeah, wasn't it like she was still gonna keep like trying to kill Walker even though like they had made a truce? That would have been freaking hilarious.
Yeah, and then she was going to like connect with Ghost because like they were both like put through like experiments as a child, so that was like what they were going to bond over. And I'm like, yeah, put that on top of constantly attacking Walker. I would have lost my mind, dude.
Yeah,
that would have been so freaking funny, especially like with like just seeing how John was like acting. I was just like, God, like I love this. I love everything that's happening right now. Like I freaking loved him. Like, and like I loved his comment when they like got down to the bottom floor and they're just like, how do we like face off against that? He turned my shield into a taco.
Oh man. Yeah, dude, with that whole Taskmaster storyline, we were done dirty.
Oh, we were done so dirty, dude. I want to know why they cut it.
Yeah, what the hell?
Because it doesn't say.
Lame.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently it was going to take like the entire team to pull Taskmaster off of John.
Dude, that would have been God damn it! What the hell, Marvel?
Yeah, like this is what he says. He says they would be discussing the plan of how to get out of the vault, and she just go after him again, and they'd all have to like pig pile on each other and pull her off and be like, "No, we know each other. We had this conversation before." Oh man,
Great.
so good, missed opportunity. But even that, like even with that, like knowing we could have gotten that, like I can't complain about what we did yet. Like,
Oh
it was
yeah,
so
I can't
good.
either. Yeah. Like it sucks that, Taskmaster was the one to go. But the rest of the movie that we got, fantastic.
Yeah. Dude, and Yelena's a freaking treat.
Oh,
Like,
she is.
I love her
Yeah, dude. Florence Pugh was one of the best things to ever happen to the MCU.
easily. Yeah.
And
I love how
Scarlett
she's
Johansson
talking
is
to
a big reason for that.
yeah. I love how she was talking to like the tied up guard, and she's just like, "You're not even listening. It's like you're focused on something else." And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then when the scientist comes in and she does like that's like when she did the like the whole hi like thing, I was like, ah, like
That
love
was
her.
fantastic.
Yeah, and then she's like, "You look like someone that can open that sensor." Like, God, she's so scary.
Oh, bad.
Oh man,
So great.
I love her. And then, like I said, love Bob too. Like he was so good. Like I like that he kind of forgot everything that they'd went through, and so when they got pulled into like basically fell into Valentina's trap of being announced as the new Avengers and everything, and he's just sitting there like clapping for her.
Dude, I love the freaking when Walker's just like good job in there, Bob. He's just like, or yeah, he's like, good job in there, Bob. He's like, thanks, Walker. What did I do? What happened?
Dude, I love Century so much.
Yeah, dude. Like, especially just watching him turn against Val, like that was really good.
Dude, this is like okay, pausing. I'm giving writing like a 90. I'm giving a 97. I was at 96. I talked myself up. I'm so high with that.
I'm at 96, but fair. I can understand why you're at 97.
Yeah. Getting into acting and just talking about Lewis Pullman for a second. The way that he was able to go back and forth between Bob and then the Sentry and then the Void, masterclass.
Yeah.
Like when he, like what you just said, when he turned on Val and he's just like, when she's just like, "No, you listen to me," and he's like, "Why?" I'm like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm like, "Val, you fucked up."
Yeah. Like seriously, like especially when she tells him to go after them, he's just like, "Why? They're not a threat to me anymore." You're just like,
It's like,
not
they weren't
wrong.
a threat. Yeah, they weren't a threat to you in the first place, bud. You freaking
Yeah.
mopped the floor with them.
Yeah. Like, damn.
But yeah, oh my gosh, dude. Like, I hope this freaking throws Lewis Pullman into like the stratosphere for acting. He is so good.
Such a phenomenal actor.
Like it's crazy. Like he plays that super awkward, goofy character so well, and then he can switch into like intimidating. Yeah, like so good.
Yeah.
Like maybe that has something to do with like how they designed the Void, and it was just like blackness with eyes. Like, but oh, crazy. Anyway, getting into acting. First up, we got Florence Pugh, who played Yelena Belova. We have Sebastian Stan, that played Bucky Barnes. We got Wyatt Russell, who plays John Walker. We have Hannah John Kamen, who plays Ava Starr, aka Ghost. Got David Harbour, who plays Alexei Shostakov, aka the Red Guardian. We got Lenny James.
Did I forget to change the name? God damn it.
No, you put Lenny James playing Lewis Pullman. It's Lewis Pullman playing Bob, aka the Sentry, aka
I'm
the
fired.
Void.
I'm fired for doing casting anymore.
Yeah, we got Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Dude, you're so fired.
Why?
It's Julia Louis-Dreyfus, not
God
Julia
damn
Lou
it.
Dreyfus.
Well, Google lied to me. Blame Google.
Google.
Yeah, when I pull up the or maybe I read it wrong. Man, dude, I freaking destroyed this. Yeah, when I pull up the Thunderbolts cast, just Google it's just Julia Lou Dreyfus.
You sure about that?
Well, now I'm not.
Because mine says Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Did you have it small or something?
Like I bring up Thunderbolts cast, and immediately this is what pops up on the top of the screen. It goes Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Julia Lou Dreyfus, and then I'm not trusting Google anymore. I'm just going to IMDb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. IMDb from now on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays. Yeah, she plays Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. We got Geraldine Viswanathan.
I thought it changed. I changed it last minute before. I changed it last minute. And you'd already ported it over. My bad.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she plays Mel. Then we got Olga Kurilenko, who plays Antonia Drykov, who was Taskmaster. We got Wendell Pierce, who plays Congressman Gary, and that's it. So I don't think it's any secret who our number one is.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely Florence Pugh, like 100%, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Number two.
Damn, because all of them are so good. That's what sucks.
They are.
It's very hard to do this ranking. Just because like I loved him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I loved him even more here. I probably give 2 to Wyatt Russell, John Walker. Loved him. He is fantastic.
He's my number 3.
All right, fair. Number 3, I would probably give to. I butchered the name, I know. But good old Bob, I would give to what's his name?
Lewis Pullman.
Lewis Pullman. I would give number 3 to him because, like Caleb said, just seeing him go from Bob to Sentry to Void, just incredible. Like his acting was fantastic in this movie, and I loved his character. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
but like it's good. But all the other Thunderbolts, like they're so freaking close with all these numbers because all of these actors were phenomenal in their roles. And I'm going to be honest, like when it comes to like picking your favorites in casting, this is one of the hardest because everybody's so damn good.
Dude, straight up. Like Florence Pugh for me, because Lewis Pullman's my number 2.
Okay, so like we had like almost the same list, just our 2 and 3 flip-flopped. Nice.
Yeah, like it's just Florence Pugh was an obvious number 1, but yeah, Lewis Pullman and Wyatt Russell could easily be flip-flopped any day of the week. Like I completely understand your ranking. It's just like, and then after this, it is honestly so hard. Like it'd be really freaking difficult to rank these. Because like Sebastian Stan freaking killed it. What's her face? You know Hannah John Common, or however you want to say her name. Like she freaking killed it. Like everybody freaking destroyed their roles.
Yeah,
like, it was amazing. Like how well they all play their characters. Like and dude and Ghost. Oh, never mind. That's in costumes. Calm down. Yeah, but dude, I'm like thinking to like how funny it was that everyone kind of played off of Florence so well. Like
yeah.
I'm thinking like when they were in the back of the box truck and they're basically giving John, like basically teasing John about his helmet and being like, oh yeah, and like what about your mask or your your cover or whatever. And he's like, oh, my helmet? Like, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like, you guys think it's cool? And they're like, oh yeah, we totally think it's cool. Like, you could tell that they're both like giving him shit.
Yeah.
And he's
Don't they
just like,
say it's a hat?
yeah, they say it's a hat.
Okay. Yeah. And then freaking they say that his gun's too long.
Yeah. No, well, no, they don't say it's too long. They're just because he says it like, yeah, I got this with a long barrel, and he's like, oh yeah, it's very long.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
He's just like the way, like, dude, if there's anyone that I related to most, it was freaking John Walker, because the way he's like, yeah, when they called it a hat, and he's like, it's actually a helmet, but yeah, like it's pretty cool. Like trying to underplay it, but he's like so proud of his suit.
Oh man,
so good, so good. Freaking love that shit, man.
It's so fantastic.
Yeah, but anyway, where are you sitting with your acting grade?
I think just everyone is like so good. I think I am gonna be one notch lower on my writing, so I think acting I'm gonna be a 95.
Yeah, I'm still in the 90s. I'm just a touch lower than my story, so I'm at a 91. Like I didn't really have too many issues. Like anything, like it's I'm being real nitpicky about any problems that I had because I enjoyed the performances so much, but it's just I don't know. There's just like little things. It might have been more extras than anything.
Okay, that's fair.
But I thought everyone pulled off their roles amazing. Like I loved the Sebastian Stan when he's reading through the packet. And he's like sitting there like washing his arm and he's flipping through and he's just like, man, this is bullshit. Like this is such a long freaking packet and just roasting it, and then he spills dip on it or whatever the hell he was eating.
You know what? I'm gonna actually knock it down one. Sorry. 94.
Yeah. All right, next up we got character development, which was on point.
Oh god, Yelena's character. Oh my god. This is how you do character development in a superhero movie. Hell, just any movie.
Straight up. Like they did her so perfect, dude. Like it's just the way that she starts off, like very obviously in like a depression where her job just doesn't excite her anymore. Like it's just very like mundane, even though it's like super high action and everything. Like it's just, she views it as like the most mundane shit. Yeah. Like even the way that she goes about, like just like everything, like the way that she stood up on that roof and then just kind of like dropped forward instead of like leaping, like, and then she drops her parachute and just kind of like circles around. Like it was so like been there, done that attitude.
I still can't believe. So I don't know if you've seen the behind the scenes, but Florence Pugh actually did jump off the second highest building. Like that was her, not a stunt double. That
crazy.
That is insane.
Like, okay, was it the freaking long shot? Like the shot where it was like she was like super far away, or where it was far away, like at the building, and then you just see her like her body like falling. Like, was that her?
As far as I know, everything was her. It wasn't her stunt double at all.
Good Lord, dude.
Right.
Like, I heard her talking about that. I didn't realize that like, I thought it was just the scene where she like falls forward. Like, I didn't realize it was like all of it.
I'm pretty sure it was all of it.
Yeah. I loved like how she talked about that. She's just like, yeah, I didn't really like tell anyone about it until like it was the day of. Because I didn't want anyone to worry. I'm like, what? Like, you just expect your family to go there and just like accept that you're jumping off of the second tallest building in the is it in the world?
I think it's in the world.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Oh man.
Yeah, crazy. We were like one wire away from not having Florence Pugh anymore.
Thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah. But yeah, like just seeing her kind of struggling with her place in the world, just because you could tell she's still like dealing with the loss of her sister. She was dealing with not having any communication with Alexi, and then just trying to figure out like her role in the world, and just like how she was seeking out something that was a bit more public. Like I thought that was like really interesting for her character too. Like they took a lot of interesting directions with her.
They did.
And then the way that ties into Bob's story too, like,
Oh yeah,
like so good. Like the way that they built Bob up, where he was just someone that just happened to like their experiments just happened to work on, but they were picking people like at their lowest lows. Like he was where like he even said he's just like, I thought bare minimum like I just get some good drugs. Like that's what I was going there for. And it's just like Mel points it out. She's just like, yeah, you give Steve Rogers like you experiment on Steve Rogers, he becomes Captain America. Like he was a good person, just became better. Like you give someone like Bob superpowers, like the powers of a god, like what does he do with those?
yeah.
Like someone that has struggled with like depression, mental health problems, like all that stuff, like what does that look like? And it took like a super like obvious form, like all like the metaphorical like this situation is very distinct, but it's just the way that they dealt with it was so good.
Yeah, it really
Like where
was.
because like they were pushing him to like fight it, and it's just like you're beating it, like you're taking that sadness and just beating it down. He's like, that's not like, and then she realizes that's not what you have to do with it.
No.
Like you just accept that it's there and basically like go on with your life.
He's got to do the best that you can.
Yeah, which was so good.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I love that moment where she just kind of like, especially after that talk with Alexi in the street, and she's just like they look at each other and then they just kind of have that knowing glance, and then like Alexi like pushes and gets her to like escape, and then she goes and like faces off. Like it was so good. It was so well done the way that they pulled all that off.
Yep.
I'm personally at the same level as like my story. I'm sitting at a 92 with character development. I thought they did this super well.
I think I'm just going to be a touch higher than you at a 93.
Fair enough. All right, moving on over to effects. No real complaints.
I only had one complaint, and it's just, and it was mostly just CGI. Maybe it might have been just me, but when they're fighting Sentry in the Watchtower, when he's like throwing them all over the place, and he picks up Yelena, I don't know why, but like her body looked a little rubbery to me.
That whole scene felt a little rubbery.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I'm not the only one.
No, this it's typical like Marvel stuff. Like there, you could tell that I felt like they were rushing it a little bit. Like none of the effects looked horrible. Like
No.
it fit the tone, but and I like that they didn't rely too heavily on any crazy special effects.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, the Void stuff was pretty easy to do.
Yeah,
I feel like just kind of like blacking him out.
the effect though, when a person would disappear, like the black mark that it would leave, that
Nightmare
looked
fuel.
Fantastic. Yeah, that looked great.
Yeah, that looked amazing. I'm trying to think of Ghost. She had her effect, which looked good.
Yeah, though.
Like I loved how subtle it was too. It was just kind of like a slight like fading out.
Yeah,
like I like that a lot. But yeah, like my only issue is just a lot of the gosh, it wasn't even that much. Now like we're really talking about it's just that one scene.
yeah,
I might be on the higher end with that.
Yeah.
Like, still like it was still rubbery, but I'm gonna dock a little bit. Like I'm sitting at like an 88. Like I was thinking about
Yay.
going lower, but with how minimal like those special effects were,
Yeah,
like it felt like they tried to do very heavily on like practical stuff.
definitely.
Like there wasn't anything like too crazy, like in terms of special effects. Like the only big thing was Sentry and Void.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna match you there.
All right, moving on over to music.
What sucks about the music? I mean, the music's good. Like it's fine. You know, like it's a classic Marvel soundtrack. But what sucks about the music at the end credits, before the end credit scene ever happens, it's already spoiled for you of who's gonna be in it, because the last track that they announce is the Fantastic Four main theme, written by Michael Giacchio, I think that's his name. But you're just like, I remember looking at it, I'm like, wait, what the hell? What? And
It's
then
like,
that
that
plays,
hasn't played yet.
yeah. And then that plays, you're just like, are you freaking serious, man? Come on.
You couldn't throw that after.
Yeah. Like, did you really need to include that? Like, okay, I guess you needed to, that was the final song to play during the credits. But like, there had to have been some way around it to where you didn't have to straight up say, oh, hey, here's the Fantastic Four's main theme. Sorry to spoil the end credit scene for you.
Yeah, it definitely felt like, yeah, like the second that showed, I was just like, oh, okay, so I know exactly what this end credit
Yeah.
scene is gonna look like now.
Yeah.
And props to them for not making it like a couple seconds. Like I'm glad that they kind of gave us an in-depth scene.
Yeah. Apparently, it's one of it. I think actually, I heard it's the longest end credit scene for the
It
MCU.
it deserved to be. End
Yeah.
credit scenes, like this is how this was perfect, dude. Like this was perfect in terms of end credit scenes. It was movie, like the fancy credits, goofy, like the goofball like credit scene,
That
the
was great
credits,
with
yeah, the credits, and then a serious end credit scene. Like
Yep.
don't freaking do us dirty like you've done with a bunch of other movies, like freaking Captain Marvel. Like I think of that one.
Oh yeah.
Freaking Spider-Man Homecoming pulled that shit. Like there's a like you don't make fun of us for staying after the credits.
Yeah, exactly.
Like don't give us something stupid. Give us something to look forward to for like the next project. Like that was perfect.
Yep.
But yeah, like also don't spoil the goddamn end credit scene with the titles or with the credits. Like
Yeah.
you can freaking throw that shit after the fact, but I mean, come on. But yeah, soundtrack wise, I wasn't anything too special.
It wasn't. I mean, I was kind of shocked that the trailer song that they used for a lot of the promotion was, I mean, it was in the credits. It wasn't in the actual movie, but I was shocked that they actually used it. The Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. I don't think that's the actual title of the song, but
Yeah, this one's
so
like, I mean, even them throwing in the Avengers theme, I'm sitting at like a 6. Like it was all right.
yeah, I think I'm gonna agree there. I will say though that once they reveal that they're the new Avengers, that whole montage of like people being like oh, are they the great saviors? Like, can they really help us? And freaking, we don't get political here, but the fact that they threw in the "Not My Avengers," I'm like, I know what that's referring to.
It's like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah. But that whole end credit scene, like with all those like newspapers headlines, I really loved that. That was cool.
That was a great like end credit. Like I
Yeah.
love those. I love that like the remakes of like great historical moments.
Yeah, freaking yeah, them crossing like Washington crossing the Delaware, but it was them. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, freaking love that shit, dude.
A lot of people maybe not a lot of people. I saw someone post like it would have been funny if for one of the magazines, they had them recreate that like classic shot of the original 6 in New York City when they're assembled.
Yeah,
But like have them be the Thunderbolts.
that would be
I'm
so
sorry, the new
cool.
Avengers. Yeah, that would have been great.
Oh yeah. All right, moving on over to costumes.
These are pretty great.
They were so good.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of any I had. Like Yelena's was fine. Like it was tactical. The upgrade to Ghost.
Oh, she looked awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
John Walker's looked good. Like his looked like he had been in like done multiple missions and like in combat.
Yep.
Looked
Red
great.
Guardian's suit looked fantastic.
Oh, so good.
Oh,
And Sentry.
yeah. Oh my god, dude! Freaking, I love how he's in. Ava's just like, something's different about you. You're blonde now, and he's like, yeah, it wasn't my decision.
I freaking love that. Like Valentina, while they were talking about that, and she's just like, okay, I mean, we could change the hair, and he's like, it's not about the hair, and she's like, well, you keep bringing up the hair. Like, I freaking love that shit, dude. Like,
That was fantastic. Oh man.
yeah, Sentry's outfit though, from like they like such a huge like the way that they adapted that from like the what he like normally looks like is damn near perfect. Like he's got that superhero-esque look. Like he was like it's perfect. Like I can't like I have zero complaints with how he looked.
Same
Like,
here.
Like I even love like how they changed the logo on him. Like it's like normally like so the belt on him in the comics is like humongous, and then the S freaking glows and everything. But I like this feels. I mean, outside of the belt, I will say this: it does look like they kind of recycled Vision's suit a bit.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I mean, he still looks freaking incredible.
Yeah, he does.
I loved when he came down and like was standing and everything. John was like trying to like straighten his posture a bit.
Oh, dude, freaking! I can't imagine the flashbacks that Bucky got when he caught his metal arm, just started squeezing it.
Yeah.
Like, oh goodness.
Yeah, and then but Sentry looked awesome, and then the Void, dude.
Oh,
Holy balls!
So much with so little. That's how I would describe it.
I'm almost I'm hesitant to give this a 10, but
I'm personally at a 9.
Yeah, that makes me feel better about giving it a 10 because I know it is going to round down.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like I could personally give it a 10. I'd like honestly, I'd be more at like a 9.5.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but like after everyone else's outfit looked freaking awesome. I even like Taskmaster's. Like I wish we would have gotten more of her.
Yeah, but yeah, no, she looked great.
Yeah. Also, like totally, like I'm not gonna like dock her or anything. It kind of bullshit that you don't have a bulletproof mask.
Yeah, I agree. Like for how tactical Taskmaster is, or how they've set her up to be, for all the money that Dreykov put into making sure her costume or her outfit, whatever, would be up to any challenge. Yeah, the fact that freaking her mask is not bulletproof, like
I would have sworn up and down that she took bullets in Black Widow. Like I don't know if she took one in the face, but I'm pretty sure she took.
I don't think she did.
No. This is gonna be my excuse to watch Black Widow again.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I can give it a 10, knowing that yours is going to pull it down a bit. All right, last up we got personal score. Let's hear yours first.
Okay. Yeah, this is not only one of the best Marvel movies in recent years, one of the best Marvel movies, period. I told Caleb after I got out of this movie that this absolutely made my top 5. Talking it through, I think it's in my top 3 best MCU movies. This was just fantastic from start to finish. These characters were incredible. The way that this story showcased mental health was just perfection. And yeah, just like I hardly had any problems with this story. Like Marvel knocked it out of the park. This is just a great superhero movie. Not just a great superhero movie, this is just a great movie. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this movie again and again because it definitely will be watched over and over for how much I loved Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
So I think rating personal score, I think I'm gonna be at a 94.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm just a couple points below you. I'm sitting at a 92,
Hell yeah.
but I enjoyed this movie so much. Like I loved it. Like I found it to be so good. And it was fun. It's basically everything I've missed about like what Marvel does is giving us flawed characters in a fun way. Like that's all I really ask, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
So I loved what they did immensely. So yeah, I'm giving it a 92.
Hell yeah.
All right, going through these scores real quick, starting off with story. We started off real strong, sitting at a 92. Writing got a bit of a bump, sitting at a 96.5.
Nice.
Acting went down just a hair, sitting at a 92.5, which puts it on the exact same level as character development, also sitting at a 92.5. The effects are sitting at an 88, just for some like minor rubberiness. The music is our lowest category, sitting at a 6 out of 10. The costumes are sitting at a 9 out of 10. And then our personal score ended up averaging out to a 93. So with that, the final all rose letter grade for Thunderbolts has come out to a B plus.
What?
Bro.
All right, how close was it to an A minus?
Let's find out.
It better have been super close.
Oh my God. 0.07.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my gosh, it was so close.
Oh man.
It's our new number one B plus movie though.
Okay. I'll take that. I like that.
It is seriously like it's Thunderbolts, and then like right above it's The Matrix at an A minus.
Damn.
Like it is that. So our God, I thought we were close with freaking Rocket Man, dude. Rocket Man was sitting at an 89.91. This is sitting at an 89.93.
God damn. Holy shit.
Yeah, right? God,
Wow.
that almost stings a little bit,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, it does. Yeah, seriously. Wow.
Yeah. All right. So since I already talked about or said it, let's go what it's below first. So it's below The Matrix, which is in the A minus category.
Okay.
It is below Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Okay.
It is below Soul.
Okay.
It's below Us.
Okay.
And it is below 1917.
Okay.
Yeah, going the opposite direction, and these are all B plus movies. It is above Rocket Man.
Yeah. Definitely agree.
It's above the Avengers.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, it's above Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I can't disagree. I can't argue that.
Yeah, it's above Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
And then it is above Elf.
Yeah. Okay. I like its placement.
I do too. Like honestly, like it's not a horrible placement.
Yeah.
All right. Now with just MCU movies, you want to hear like what it's above and below?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So we have it sitting below Multiverse of Madness.
I'm indifferent about that.
We have it below Shang-Chi
I'm indifferent about that one too.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's below Volume 2.
Okay. I can accept that.
And then The Eternals. It's below
It's
Eternals.
below Eternals. Oh,
Below
shit.
Eternals. But it is above the Avengers, like I said. It's above Black Widow.
Okay, yeah, fair.
It's above Far From Home.
Okay.
It's above Black Panther.
Wow.
And it is above Captain Marvel.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so our new ranking, which some of these need to be discussed, it's No Way Home, Volume 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, Endgame, Infinity War, Wakanda Forever, Eternals, Guardians Volume 2, Shang-Chi, Multiverse of Madness, Thunderbolts, The Avengers, Black Widow, Far From Home, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Homecoming, Age of Ultron, Thor Ragnarok, Quantumania, The Marvels, Love and Thunder, Brave New World, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp.
We put Quantumania above the Marvels?
We did.
What the hell is wrong with us, man?
It's not by much.
Oh. Like how much?
0.1.
Okay.
Like they're both B movies.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I would definitely agree with. Well, yeah, I would agree with it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's where it is, where it's sitting.
Okay. Wow. Like I said, like it sucks that it didn't get into the A's, but for how strong of a B plus it is, our number one B plus, and where it's at rank wise, like I think I'm gonna be okay with this.
Yeah. It's hard to disagree because like I know what threw it down, and it was the soundtrack.
And like I can't really justify bumping it up to a 7. Like they're
I couldn't.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm a bitch. Curse being critics, man.
Yep. This is what's good about like some of our rankings. It keeps us honest.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah, obviously there's some like because we had some listener input or just input from other people, like some of the scores got a little skewed, but
I'm very curious if it was just us that did No Way Home, if it would still be number one. Genuinely curious.
I don't know.
I honestly think that Volume 3 would beat it.
I think it would too.
I think Volume 3 would become our new number one.
Yeah. Like No Way Home would have been up there, but I think let me see just for shits and giggles if that was. Oh yeah. So No Way Home was the last one or one of the last movies that we did that was in the old format where we combined everything.
Oh, okay.
So that sucks.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, now for like anything between Sing 2. Oh, no. Okay, so we have like the scores for Promising Young Woman down to the Forever So anything that we had a guest on after Promising Young Woman is in the combined scores.
Okay.
Because we had a guest for Suicide Squad, we had a guest for Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Willoughby's, and Shang-Chi. And then after that, we started separating the scores a little bit.
Okay. Was
So now,
Vic on Shang-Chi?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, that wraps up this week's episode. If you liked it and want to hear more of our stuff, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. We are damn near everywhere. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram, TikTok, all the places. Just search at the All Bros. Same deal with YouTube. Just search at the All Bros. And yeah. But if you like this episode of Thunderbolts, next week, I believe we are going to be breaking down, finally, Nosferatu, which I've heard is an interesting movie.
Yes, I have heard the same, especially the stuff from behind the scenes that I've heard.
Oh, shit. I didn't know anything about behind the scenes. I just heard, all I've heard about this movie is that it's unnecessarily horny.
I've heard that too, but like I thought I heard somewhere like that what was it? Like they took like isn't Nicholas Hoult in this movie?
Sure.
I think he is. Either way, someone's prosthetic penis from this movie was like taken home or something like that.
Someone's prosthetic.
Yeah, like someone.
Did
or
they?
Like,
They
well, no,
cloned him.
okay, not prosthetic. Like just like a prop penis, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, or I can't remember.
It
Like,
kind of feels like you could buy your own dildo, but
you know what? Before we close out, let me. Here, I want to confirm this.
okay, that could be a fun story for next week. Let's leave people
Yeah, okay.
on. Yeah, let's leave people
On
on,
the-
red.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
We'll come back next week on the status of that prosthetic. But until then, this has been the All Bros Podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.
See ya.